For good evening. Now, Baba Jasu Jumedi. We're live on OK 101.7 FM. So, yes, we're live or your partner radio stations are Omadaroma, almost OPK, Ama Obia, so ETB or live or High Live Radio. You're live or Migachu FM or Cooking to me, or live so or Naspa Radio. You're live for Adam for Media and King's Jersey Radio or New Jersey. I brought you, You're from Vim Lady. Good evening, Bill. And then the issue of Yera Dampare is trending all, I think, from the whole of this weekend. It has been trending, and I'm sure it will continue to trend. Because Yera Dampare asem and Abba, the kind of jubilation and Nija and Kofodia meeting Yera Dampare, just say very interesting, very, 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 very interesting. The Encofodia Yera Dampare pa to say yes. And yeah, asem ketwa. Until now, Yera Dampare is no more the IG. Ubi for and all year IG. No, to Yera Dampare in that way. And we will analyze the issue. And yeah, no say see Office of the President they release dossier on shakeup, serious shakeup in the Ghana Armed Forces. Or my shakeup binti me was statement no was signed by Yera Felix Kwacho Fusu. I'll give you the in the armed forces changes are omode ako. Oh, say the reason why politics no governance generally changes we say is because of Ghana history. Bakwasem because of coup d'etat esi wo Ghana intino. Aban bia ba ope nipa or loyal to them. Because so chef from Nkrumah coup d'etat no 66. Ebesi Rawlings last coup or 81. Usually no omo ye coup ni yo omo aben who were loyalists of coup protest no. Enti aben bia mpeso be take chances. Say ode obia oye ne tanfo ebeba bebe no. And in the case of Yera Dampare Dampare President Kufuado and the dene bae. And it's a President Mahama ba. Loyalty ni shaky. And Dampare nankasan, so I'll give you insights into errors be a Dampare. So you see MPP for one can say so na the say apamo Dampare ni ade. I think Dampare no should have resigned on his own. He should have resigned on his own at the end of January. Yes, so a new government ni in and that's how they were trying January. And now the February go on your own because there was no way Mahama Nini team and then the Bayer Juma. There is no way Mahama Nini. And you see, the interesting thing is ye Dampare free one of my Yohuno baya. Just a day, Ahmed Suale. Yachi onipa bako suspect bako in the murder of Ahmed Suale. Enyo wawa. Just a day after. Let me show you Ahmed Suale. A day after Dampare asem ne baye no. Asem we abe ho no. Just a day after. Ahmed Suale one suspect. Yachi no. Eba ni saying na information no police service what dada. And now say yachi yedi Yohuno IGP Yohuno baye. Ena sa information ne baye na. And now what happened? Was somebody sitting on the information? Was it already there? And I just say the whole him say before Dampare asembebe there was an issue about leak tape. Say encophobia plotted. Intelligence from inside the police service say one of the reasons why I'm not police for new jubilating is say Yera Dampare ankasa na orchestrate is no allegedly. And no dear. I haven't verified entirely. But maybe sources within the service say tape na a leaky, it was orchestrated by Yera Dampare. But me put there, Masem is a police moody and send baby room. There are a lot of intelligence who are bontia you know. Just within the police service. Military more. There are a lot of intelligence floating among the junior ranks, among the senior ranks. Even there a floaty within the junior ranks, and yet the same intelligence, and the one within the senior ranks. And to Ghana, Bakwasam ni coup d'etat says Ghana. Revolt to revolution be a bit take place. Coup be a bit take place. For instance, President Rawlings 79, 81 ni no. Only junior officers na And there was intelligence among the junior officers na penifo no komunim intelligence and American in terms of say information sana security for no kan information bi wo hon ma junior officers no kwa na nim senior for no nim enti within the police service no yera Dampare by where changes bi wo ma the entire police officers wo mani nje ho. That's the truth of the matter. And no dey no kre me in the years am I journalist nyinaa na one of the most effective structure Ghana police service wo a decentralized system. Decentralized system nature say na no na me nua hopes in adoye can me share the video no so that I can play it. Because there were district commanders, and there were regional commanders, and some there were national officers. National no so do there were director HR, director maybe mechanic, director operations, director then director there were usually no regional commanders ni at the same level of IGP. Omu nyina ye COP. Obehwe na bia de oswa wo mu koye DCOP. Yera Dampare by na make say in the years I me dey adwuma as journalist no. Start to cry usually any district commanders no. Any regional commanders in the interaction. Yera Dampare by you haven't seen one district commander or regional commander. If all the district commanders in performance in change. Regional commanders no money Dampare the same rank and COP no. Not even one. And a man a chance on Kasa. And this is one of the reasons why Yeyi Dampare for Jubilation. Say he became a celebrity IGP. He became an IGP on attention on all the cameras were on him. Since I hear Dampare by from Polewo to accident, how many times now who say Yera Dampare? A friend saying regional commander be Kasa. Yera Kofi Boache be popular or Ghana nyina Kofi Boache commander 1 ni nyina ye gini, and that is why usually we can predict if you Yohuno so away nebeko if you way so a bit from Yera a friend saying tema commander no a friend saying cry nya alasa ya cry. In fact one of the most effective na I mean Peter Namfuri cry Peter Namfuri, one of the celebrated IGPs, National Security Coordinators of Ghana Security. Peter Namfuri. Ono call yes no free Ghana Police Service. It will be a time best said you will be call will be replacing no beba. But media say what I have picked up from within the police service no as the reason why our police officers no were jubilating over Dampare removal and it's our can't was some police hierarchy no police structure no or my regional commander bia nkasa or person no quiet the only person attention no one or so the only person ono na enmonyam ni nyina ba ebeba ne so and police adwuma no nkwa ntumi nye police adwuma no nkwa ntumi nye ana nkwa nso ntumi beji attention no nti eye den a obi beji attention ni bi and you have to allow it also obi susu nya a friend saying attention ni bi and that speaks volumes because regional commanders by Yera Kenyeboa DCOP Kenyeboa me minim no from Tamale. He was a regional commander at one of the toughest times in the history of police service. No, enough. Or yeah, Jumanti, you promoting from North, the Nebakra. Sana, yani Kudalo, Yera Kudalo, IGP Kudalo. Before Obeya IGP, no, a regional commander, whatever. A Juma Kudalo, yeah, no Mochiko Kenya, and the piano press conference no and everybody saw I top one on the president when you know papa or yeah Juma a drew no son of the man so sa me am of a Kofi Boache greater regional command so those days no Rollins be a year obeye boom 31st speech June 4th speech yakoye cover Rollins art center me so ba hu memma Kofi Boache ni patrol team for yi any no omo mrantie bi wo mu mato boys bi udu one he brought that confidence into the police service even as regional commander Kofi Boache as regional commander ye kochi your friend say atai Kofi Boache did it as regional commander people not tia konwa so ambeje press conference na anye say akochi atai dia ono chinchina ono beje no monyam no They allowed Kofi Boache, and for that matter, all the regional commanders take your shine. One hour here, Juma, one team, na makoche. And to take your shine. Dampare ba name me one regional commander. What need? One regional commander. I want to Dampare mean him say perhaps ABI or more mutu no fono, and maybe or man a foot ye because a Juman the American unkwa to me yeda. To me Jumano, IGP in to me Jumano. You need junior officers, you need senior officers, you need everybody on the job. Unkwa so be Jumana befno. I know that to IGP because it has never happened. Say IGP Patrick Quartier Champon or Papa Free Akonyaso as IGP. He was still loved. Alasan visibility, one of the most effective police or IGP in Ghana. Any year Al Hassan, IGP Al Hassan, police visibility. It was so popular, so effective. Every traffic light to be able to be police officers. Over so cross the traffic light, go crown try visibility. As to no crown one casa or G Jumani in he allowed the regional commanders, district commanders to work. And baby, I will be a year Juma when no allow no. Me see. Ask yourself, then and a Yohuno buy one day you catch a suspect in Ahmed Suale. This is Ahmed Suale, same way. I actually about Sam and I know a plus cocan once and make cocan of who did matema. But I mean, the issue is, a journalist, and we were looking for closure on this case. It cannot happen. So, Obia Wu and a journalist for that matter. Not yet to me, one suspect. We can't make headway in this issue. And to be a can once and penny, I said, the IGP inviting the panel. Nama who say whether you have information or not, information. So let us know, say, information. But if I had any idea of information, there, my folks who say you are working. It's in a Suale case here very important. I mean, Busa question say, it's in us information where once and a year Yohuno ba and a year Yohuno ba ya no nya suspect in a channel. And no information says suspect wahate and Kochanana. You see, and that is why you're a Dampare, even where they do or call. I asked a man, no, sorry. Police if one call no more, no man didn't chanqua, sorry. No. Or could ask you Sunday, oh, man didn't chanqua, sorry. What is happening? And you're a Dampare as effective at least one of the things, Chichin Crawford, and at the beginning of starting was excellent. Everybody loved him. Share changes or the other headquarters. Only a pentu or no negotiating with government. Na government taught a near mama police service. Why are there? But the welfare of your people not your paramount. And internally, you call school is your PR. They be say your audience or publics no. One of them your internal, the people you work internally and any abonting. And yes, I will defense keke wa abonting, but you must also make sure say on crop for only ejuma inside not to are satisfied. At least to the best of your ability, no, they are satisfied. But when on call for more inside the field, they say, what can I say? Onye ni nipa dia debut IGP there. Or kwa the cameras in radio on Unkochi. IGP Pole wu ye na IGP Edru Kumasi, but there's an Ashanti regional commander. There's an Ashanti regional commander. And then Ashanti regional commander no enko Pole hono. Asem si watamale na IGP Edru hono. And then a regional commander watamale enko ye hueduma. Asem si wa Ashama na IGP Edru hono. You cannot be jack of all trade. At the end of the day, you end up being master of none. Etiera Dampare Nankasa set himself up for failure. He set himself up for failure. For what because you know, say, campaign new costume and look at Era Yohuno. I mean, it was very beautiful. What can say President Mahama on intelligence? Anna? Or no, they are costume within the service thing outside. Yeah, money security briefing. Even if we are Dampare now, so you're good, he said, Mahama will not work with you. I'm saying Dampare could have avoided all these dramas and Konwa resigning. If February ending now, say President, me da say Juma or the mammy, me person me resigning into my catch, but I'll hang on as acting because he said, oh, the Nipano ebeba into person. Now what Judy? What you want Monyam? Obiambe jubilating one cause also he should have resigned by the end of January or February. Resigning. President Mahama, he has been president before. He knows how secret intelligence or collecting internally and externally. or some security advisor. Don't forget, you're COP Kofi Boachi. Yeah, some now retirement as well. And Kofi Boachi wapa IGP wo. And Kofi Boachi now works with President Mama in the Jubilee House. And you guys say, yeah, for see anymore about it. No, President. The president knows more than us. The president knows more than us, and it's in his wisdom. What the heck? Nkofu edi echire omoye Yohuno no. Yohuno has 1 year pay because then to retirement. But the president still faith no. What time must do mre? And all those people who were even attacking Yohuno back in the day no. Obi eni ewu. Uni me adwuma Yohuno so ne President Mama here. He's been in the service for a long time. Onya kola police service no. It to me, Mekate Yohuno is not a qualified person. All the big shots in the police service, and Omudi is very in. Kofi Boachi, Almighty, Odinechi. And I make us say, yes, Kofi Boachi retirement. That's one. I mean, in Kofi Boachi, what bro IGP level. So if you have all these people advising President Mahama, then you know that President Mahama can never and will never make a mistake. He will never and can never make a mistake. Look at how people are jubilating. Why?
At long last, the joy is all over. The joy is everywhere. We are going to win from our heart. Oh, Ghana, the security is in our hand, and this
is the police
praying for. We thank God. We thank God for that. For listening to our President Mama. God bless you. We have really listened to our prayers. Oh, freedom forever. Freedom forever. You can see the jubilant. Everybody's jubilant. Hey, police. Look at the jubilant from everywhere. Everybody's happy. Oh. At long last.
I won't say police for at long last. They are jubilating and see that in this magnitude. Me say Dana yes swear in Yera Yohuno. Just say people almost 2 Sikagu so junior police officers no more niskano. Almost 2 Sikagu IGP Yohuno so. It tells you a lot. It tells you a lot. Back in the day, me one more TV the idea was HR manager be. Na enkrofo bebre wo office one mama say what na manager so oko. Because I will come not quite away from we are your koto champagne poppy and people were I mean we a leader, yes, as not sometimes we stand when you're day or checking for people don't really like you, sir. But not to this extent where this large number of police officers. Look at this other one.
Good choice. Yes. The new inspector general of police. Yes. The people's choice. The police cannot do without it. Hey, congratulations, 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 congratulations. Yes, this is a new inspector general of police. The people try, the police people try. But then. And the brain has spoken. The master of operations, master of police intelligence. Hey, don't talk with this. The people's choice.
These are a friend say, and some more the people's choice. The people's choice. Just jubilating over a era Yohuno. And like I'm saying, it tells you a lot. Say the era Dampare. Any encoforso etna here within the service. Oh yeah, Juma, you have to do it in a certain way so that would there more be so chance because the enemy within the service over the last week or more many or makase nyina no more complain here. Ade o more complain say Dampare ama encofor chance to shine. Or share that tena encoforso. Ebi mo kra promotion no kra wan fa mo no promote ebi mo. Ah omo ye feel say we dey or ye Dampare nipa. No dey ye promote no. But the only Dampare nipa de ono ye promoting no kra na wo nam ho. Me the classic example is the regional and district commanders no. Enti me say Dampare ono ankasa de we ya ekoso na as much as he did his best for the service no. Ono also allowed himself to become a celebrity friend saying IGP because it has never happened in the history of Ghana that say IGP beba oni Shatawale ni Stoneboy mo if you are nega no nyina ehia. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that because only nipa no over familiarize ya. Ochina be na ache no. Wo be na ache no. O starting from no ochichin of every oh yeah because the law should be no respecter of persons. But after the oh yes we ya obeko celebrity we ochira no akochia no ade acha wakochia we nti da ben and obi ye bone no de obechia no. And even when people were even being biased, a lot of the time they were hiding it. But you're a damp idea, then I say open at a point, no, now bias, open. And that's why people were concerned. If I'm saying, say, let's leave the president alone. The president knows more than we know. Or not, he has more intelligence information than us. They own him within the service, and the president has acted. Mr. Politics, no loyalty. Because the history of coup d'etat for Ghana, no, was said, so Obibe Tua, it said the Nanam kind, a Brebuka way for you to mum. And Tony Panason himself, a Kufuad na point no. And you see, that's why MPP Phony be so Bobo Dampare say. In fact, Era Poboatin was one of the people who predicted, say, Dampare can say elections. My police phone co polling station, Anna, Poboatin flag is say, no, this is wrong. Because from 92, you have to be a police for co polling station. Because armed forces on to me, I see soldiers and co-polling station. Because police won't to me manage elections. And to the extent say elections to cry, immigration for customs for fire officers. And if you do this, not yet all part they're saying. And a lot of these MPP people just say he was trying to bait NDC, say NDC for because on a or your side. But you see, your politics need a history of governance, you know. Opponent to power, for on June the 100% is that. That's what I'm showing you. Say, we read letter no from armed forces. Check up, no. I call even armed forces, but the intel.
But number one, the attitude towards work, you know, that is so bad. Look,
really,
Fourth Republic,
dispensation bank.
Ana Obaya IGP Yohuno was it now? NC. Upiapa. Look, Amamona Yebuno. A very you, agent security. So very.
In the era, hope see and all kinds, and I think that Nano or San Cabium, apart from the attitude, no, he raised the issue. I mean, raised it earlier now about regional command. So, to me, may you man, until IGP now be humanity when you say. No. Officers ne woman no mon train ma. And then no officer back who raise issue be actually me source be. And all can say, yeah, just say IGP Dampare by major robbery a case bena almost all the. Kofi Boachi or mama Kofi Boachi legacy bako tatai. Kofi Boachi and a chi atai. But Dampare by a major robbery, major police breakthrough case ben and a AC. Eti yara Dampare nankasa, I think maybe to some extent na make us more mutu no fono. We a leader so awunya to me a. Enipa be brave be sarando. And no mom be sarando na fanya papa. Some of them no mo ba mo de mo personal interest and eba. It is a one ma wani na ho no ma ubehu ana o ma rura no omo pe problem ama. Na hope sin ka no. Say tenka IGP no ne nuanam regional commanders ni ye adwuma. He would have made several breakthrough. So I didn't go robbery. Omo di bullion van no call robbe bank bullion van yokum 2 cases and issue no buy no there were police officers involved to the extent to say police nankasa investigation later revealed they say the Oshutu police officer young man no didn't go kolebu no na the Oshutu no nim the yeku no in fact omo nyina pass out of police academy the same day and there was a group robbery because within that week now spent yesterday and also another bullion van and also see ne 2 people be almost 30 years because some year group now mo pass out in the police service no omo WhatsApp platform omo chat so when the information intelligence came out to say no more kasa and no more kro blame me back because I dey na uku no so ohumanim and am eku no when we within the police service omo who say and your boys too no kasano they can expose whoever no within 2 weeks police for sting operation were baby I almost say sa 2 boys here kumomo and they were the eyewitnesses. How did they die? Sa 2 police officers now almost started so almost kasa then now kumwe the information was said at the end of the there are some people who were behind Sa bullion van attack no and the people are powerful. 3 weeks Omo cooperation, omo ko we. 2 eyewitnesses, police officers, eyewitness, they all died. How? It's suspicious. Now they are not koka Ahmed Suale case in one. And I make us say Yohuno ba ya Ahmed Suale ya suspect. Nature say Yohuno abe. It is very likely say JB Dankwa Boachi edu MP na Yokuno no. Yebehu suspect bi ache no. It's akwana sexy dondo. That is why case no call court no. Court no found him not guilty. Jury no found him not guilty. Mama Sankoya appeal BM said they want to retrial of the case. Nema koso internally within the police service, even within the security agency, nema koso. Nyeni nyina na wo abonti a obehu. It is a one to obona asamba na ye nyina ye kan say the epebi ebi mo person mo dey politics. This is it's beyond politics. Police intelligence is beyond politics. But Yera Dampare Nankasa was misled by people. Onuankasa was misled by people. Mami kan President Mahama security letter no there, but shake up no everywhere. Within the Ghana Armed Forces, we shaking up near my womb. It's in Dampare Nkwano change no. Obia beko. That has been the trend. Because who are buying for front and they buy, your loyalty is to that abine. Into no matter how much you try, so buying for fraud obey change you. Because I say increment, a police if one never police headquarters at the top of the police, omunyinaka and omutu increment. Edi free akonyano so. A champion idea. There were people who instigated and removed him. Every family they were in the armed forces. But every family kotokana ye ku no mutu nkroma free so. Yes. A champion a champion there were 2 coup d'etats. SMC 1, SMC 2. Ninyina ye within. Enti Ghana ye be trusting a young ko. What the free one na bra Rollins. Rollins mutam he was within the police, the armed forces. He knew nipa also mu yusu omo onim se na major courage kwashigamu any papaya na no wewu Boachija omo nyina they were in the armed forces. They did the coup. They were within the armed forces that did the coup. Ain't it Africa politics obi antena ho ma wo nipa obi afa no enye saje sawada na wada so out to one man ye two ye be two ti se banche. And I know police officers are within the idea where I told Dampare, almost predicting you. Me sources say what police service no. Here Dampare started and they predicted said Dampare will fall. Almost said that. In fact, one of them told me said that Dampare bekono prior na comfortable pranitiko. What is happening? It is a what ya montana on 10 yamanati. Look at the armed forces. This is the letter signed by also new appointment of new service chiefs for Ghana Armed Forces. So I say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief. The President has more intelligence than you and I. Also, yes, a President of Ghana, he's also the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Into all the security briefings that would need be a President of the war. Also, the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces has made changes in the command of the Ghana Armed Forces. The President has appointed the following acting service chiefs for Ghana Armed Forces pending consultation with the Council of State. Consultation with the Council of State. Inti tia bonti na ye kata na Dampare do ya dia na Dampare die. And na Dampare or Chichenko Fontini attacking the President should allow him to be there. The President is taking decisions in consultation with the Council of Chiefs, not in consultation with you. Security chief. If the President not be consulted, it Professor Enisi or court because ya pamo Dampare no ntiase papa on ntiase out to me koshepo. On ntiase out to me koshepo because you are not a member of the Council of State. The President doesn't have to consult you, and the President doesn't have to appoint security chiefs. There's no way in the Constitution where it says that the President should appoint security chief. No, this is security. The President must rate his competence based on pure security, not based on say, and now the panel, and now the trap pictures, and now the debia camera, and now there be shit. Security, security, you manage how could you so cry a camera? Talk Kokwaya Chinano, that picture be Kokwaya to Tunkwane or trying to picture and I go, oh, very humble security. Humble security. Yep, a security officer I will be chinkro for. That is what Kofi Boachi and those people did. Now, full money, they arrested people. They arrested armed robbers. Back Combia or Johnny or hardened armed robber Ojani yakoshe Togo, the Ghana police to me chene baye. That is policing. Policing ye fanfare. Enye fanciful enye yi ne de baye no. The president say we changes or say acting chief of defense staff Brigadier General William Ejapon. It also so we are acting president sorry now on the council of state meeting also be we change no. It you musa professor any say we mu nyina ye change o man so be court ana. And Dampare pen na wo court. And I was special interest in Dampare. It will be a change will be a be court ana. Why don't you want to allow the president to work? A president that's how they good team. Did we vote for you or the president? Let's allow the president, unless there has been major travesty of justice. So in the removal of Dampare, a breach of natural justice, undermining the process. But as far as the appointment of security chief is concerned, the president has the power to appoint and to remove. And that has been the custom and convention. It is the president. What is the news about it? Acting Chief of Army Staff, Brigadier General Lawrence Kweku Betenu, also acting Chief of Naval Staff, Commodore Godwin Livinus Bessing, acting Chief of Air Staff, Commodore Eric Ajin Frimpong, acting Chief of Staff, Brigadier General Glover Ashon, and then so these appointment of presidency is taking effect from March 24th. Until they have this week and to some changes there. As President Mahama has thanked these men for their dedicated service to the nation and assured them of his willingness to rely on their varied experiences and depth of knowledge to reset Ghana. President, our agenda was it reset or appointing Gofo because of our growth. Or see reset. President Mahama said that the phone away you among the wado say. Na foforo no omo ba no to de waka chom say hope say on betimi aboa no amwaye adwuma to reset Ghana. The president is not playing. Also on an agenda ni reset. Nti wo a one by reset time no. Or ye reset ade no maintain you because we trap pictures and identity. Enti ye Dampare na no aso ka ho. Wo he set himself up. Ena ono ama nkrofo yi Emma ni twitwa pictures enka oye brother consultation say old IGP for no Patrick Kwatie Champon any Alhassan Kudalo munyina they are there enko you so omo no omo ye ne kitchen cabinet omo boa no I don't think say enka this jubilation we are akoso in Quebec because these officers would know omo de omo tena IGP akonya no so they know because if you look at let me say Lebanese for one people who are just people were jubilating. This is not and yes, it's not done. It's not done. Until yera IGP na no na make no. Say ye to me kofa ye to me nya suspect. Action in the first day of Ahmed Suale IGP Yohuno assumption of officer. Then it speaks a lot. It speaks a lot about yera Dampare how he managed his office. But we all wish him well. Say at least the obey and why. But it was also more be kind na obi soba na ono so betwa adwuma so and I like what is what President can when the letter about reset so on agro and then he's resetting he's not here to joke resetting na so what I said so let me read some of your messages now Yera Poboatin so enjoying and also share what he thinks about the question make can say Yera Poboatin ono na ba no be kan IGP we yasem say these elections, he started flagging it from long ago. For instance, election time, no can't say. Dampare can't say my police phone call soldiers in police station or say no, you're wrong. Because election we need all the security men on board. It is a own can say, soldiers be you're wrong. And there's a report that is released by security from Ghana I report. Omo can say Yohuno will be one of the best IGPs, even though 1 year pay. Omo report and I'll read the report to you. Omo see he will be one of the best IGPs because of 1 year pay. Because they know say ejuma ejuma critical. Don't forget that we have galamsey issues to deal with. We have armed robbery to deal with. We have general security issues at President Mahama Nkasa campaign. He raised issues say Ghana security yet. People don't feel safe. It's major critical deliverables also deliver Ghana for. And that is why only time he also has just 4 years to pay. He cannot just take anybody say, oh, oni we be ye adwuma oni we be ye adwuma keke. He needs to get team a onim se team we de omo ye solid omo no betimi aboa no amowa ye adwuma. So I'm trying to look for Poboatin there no kind about elections no, but let me just take you because he had raised issues even on Galamsey issue say police if one no cry na omo help to fight Galamsey no say komo you omo adwuma effectively and omo boa president and can even issues about Galamsey and drew this point. And that was under MPP. Enti under NDC ya Erastus Atari don kwada Roma. Wama ya ti asye se NDC ba NDC for ibi so akwa chiegu kwa yenim. Seriously, they are doing Galamsey no. It behoves on the president so ono so be say omo be ye the SSS ne ya chisanko fo ni nyina at least. So omo ye party for kra omo mfanim guase emre president. And if o track record ne say oh team no mo anshada anya de in dealing with your friends Galamsey, why would the president even keep you? It's in America say yeah wa bontene ye kasa ya ne ato yobu because what the president knows ni anymore. We don't know what the president knows. And he's the commander-in-chief. And intelligence be the one of my work. And mind you, the president is sitting in Jubilee House with Kofi Boachi and co. He's sitting there with Kofi Boachi and co. They are not joking. They are not joking. Make both video nachos so that you will see the first Napo Boachi can before. But let me read some messages way to you. First African the message about Africa George or say okay Africa God GH or say Theophilus contract extension. Okay, well, you bet me man, yeah, the president could have given him contract. I think I remember a year under Professor Mills and yeah, maybe more contract extension. You to me man, now yeah, they are a friend saying yeah man 1 year account. But is that the pleasure of the president? It is at the pleasure of the president. The president pa and obema on mouth contract extension. And yet by force just because oh yeah into the president abano chinchine on mouth contract extension and yet by force constitution be anyone more say on mouth contract extension no be anyone more say it is aivo worker I tell also the message or there about say that was the last rank straight to retirement. Well, and they call retirement mum or to Michael say you see if I told you before that Dampare will go down as IGP in Ghana because he doesn't know his work. Well, I don't think he doesn't know. I think he knows his work. Just that celebrity, like he said, you say, Doche, don't talk plenty. You have to just finish the issue. Okay. Issue ben amoka hwasem sa no. Nti no, see, Abrante we so see, CDS is also going. Yeah, Chief of Defense Staff also call. And I'm a letter no from Armed Forces President Office one of the no. The changes are all over. Now who the busa say? What changes no? CDS the one who say soldier for Jubilation. Have you seen any soldiers? More hono say letter ne buy no. Yes, soldiers Jubilation. Have you seen baby I see soldiers Jubilation? No, nobody is jubilating. So what I think the question is that then a Dampare kwa there. Nanko for Jubilation. Why is it that Dampare? It's in amateur say internally no all was not well and all is not well. The fact that Yohuno ba ya wachi onipa ba kono say all was not well and all is not well. I remember video we share on the yenu abema Poboatin ne ade no ka.
Friend niema na wo ye na. Me friend no populist policing approach populism no eno na wo ye. What in a major na say.
Yes, ono Dampare ye fans police IGP oje fans.
Sir, populism ono no dia na wo ye no. Na no so enchi akromfo. Ba wo hwe IGP Dampare a if we are said or Kodakra or special cabinet in social media. What buy no young person become so buy and what share that in a special team. And ye media na normal war, PR na normal war, headquarters na de be an ammo flow no any team no what any dear. Piana jo one am called a woman dinner. You may shiano airport one more dinner or Nantibio Muka, not just on the association. It will call baby. Baby, you could be also one original commander, be a baby, you trying to say, this police commander, be a baby dana. Say, no. Which means regional police commander and this police commander, be a crime, Musana Samuel. Be a baby, this a back Ghana police headquarters and son, then be a Oma Kamwaso. And to my friend incommunicado, no son, why all the police are union from this way to region.
Wow.
One or Casa. And you have a brain so cost for security reasons, be a sensitive in TNT and can happen. That's just why I had to say be autocratic. Meetings, crown a cost on some cost and yasam papa. Oh, and to Uyanisa, Uma Mura coffin. Do one a person who you are Juman, or the amendment, do one in Timin Casa. A Juma wins a team working there, Yadia. And to say Bassa Woba, now person yet to say Ghana Police Service in our own one away, their own one away, Jumano. We need what police service in one of my open your problem. A Jumano obey a Babenu because we need support.
Okay.
And you know, I had to say a communist way be approach. What you say, communism almost strategy, no maybe quite on first on development on paper, very beautiful, but practically no any Juma. Sana we no the I had to say outside gentility, home crying. But me team power no me Juma no. Do one any fine. About home system no.
And see, this is why you're a Pobotin Kai when I do, and he warned him, say, on one kind when Pobotin a security analyst or any PhD in security near or say, yeah, populism. Yeah, chinko for IGP, yeah, chinko for because then I may compare the match of Kofi Boache was just regional police commander, and son obey Oba National. But as regional police commander, he solved one of the biggest armed robbery cases in Ghana. Atai. Besine. And then I don't Kofi Boache solve a lot of Professor Tuguba, Kofi Boache research baby. Major armed robbery breakthroughs. Kofi Boache yana. And why not the IGP? Mr. Boache, Mama, good evening. Baba Jasu so.
Major Suminiaba.
So where you there?
No way power brain room.
And you want the Hoben. But you're sure about EDM and I'm able video and say, who predicted here? In fact, election crash, you did another prediction about Okaseyama police for a soldier phone co police station. No, and you're right. What do you think about this whole jubilation and EJ? Because of one and now the Maya went here, Nana?
I say, and sending Nana Yakano. I ask someone never one ma, a movie. Na akwa te se efua adeso bi so na afiri wo so nti ebasa oji wani oba pa Kristi enyum bi obo se kan na me so ne ma efi se ye hwehwe mu ani aye wo de na me di nkomo wo kire police fo mpanyimfo no ba 82% na mo mpe ewura Dampare asem. Yes, one person say in person, the style of leadership, a been a name catcher on. Oh, and you know, and ya dear, one almost things that was oko na onipa or babuan eba. And you know, onipa obeti me de and cambo mapa. Onipa, why we do promotion, obeti me de amount, I didn't ba. Na obi a may vindictive. One of my Ghana police service akonini. Into jubilation, I know.
Wow. 82%. That's a high number. Yes, 55 from Pope.
There be 82%. The research I hear. One penny style of leadership. On feels so autocratic. Why Obi so almost 20 din. Most many din by our dormians and we have some also a detector. And you know. Ye dini niema bebreki ni hu sa treat ni wonu ti da bia na metaka say e was osesa the style of leadership. It's not about populism say ni da bia na meka by no na no ofin say beboa no. Unfortunately for him no I'm say one more need to for say still no mahama be maintain no one more hu opetatakra no nko em say na ekutakra one more ya takra pan hwem. You know I mean, my name is Obeko because now, you so Obeko before election.
Okay.
Before says a recording here, but once I'm back on with videos recording on a chassis man bar out.
Yes.
Based
on what? On one chassis matter police recording there by you know.
Yeah. On a man bar out, yeah. On a man by.
For what reason no man about outside to show say you are the victim or what?
I say one say to public sympathy. Unse basa no na untimi so trebia na yeso wayade unse we kra no nanka wanya nkofo bi omde kokoto no yade enti no ne style of leadership no sa na netie but President Mahama de ono ne bi mpushini sao enti sa wo hwe before election omo appointing Yewura Yohuno so omo yi operations ama nkofo de court Dampare na nkofo bebre de court and untina election time the president Akufo-Addo fin say oya public sympathy na ebe ha we show you some catchers and go nyina di but untino
enti wo pa che say time na mo appointing Yohuno no sa time ni nya na aban president Akufo-Addo mo papa mo no and no share that orchestrating sa issue no just because public sympathy so do be stay one
sa ya nhwe mu sa na chile pefe in fact interviews am here na sa bring nyina me kan si sudua sa no oye e ne style of leadership
na edi enti na president Akufo-Addo mo be so mo yi no what was the issue
factors bebre fin say hu hia twam because e bi ni ya mekeka no disunity e wo police service no bi ne promotion and nkofo a so munya no ne ade ni ma bebre allegations nso aba say we on police service for sika peacekeeping sika ordinance abom ade bi ema media for a project no ne ade allegation no amokeka enti no wa free so say apotolowu a ne hu ne tenten enti afi ni ebi ten no extrajudicial killing na ya ebi so kan ho asem any ekwan e fa so a police fo bi omko tackle we e friend say bullion van issue no
bullion van asem no yet no
na for no fast wu ye nyina so ya asem a e be kan say asem se be da ho enti no ni nyina ya factors a na e hangi no ko
do you think so no ankasa who this coming because I make I made as a journalist, I mean a security person. One classic thing that I knew, I saw here the difference between regional commanders and district commanders, because that are the journalists open information and district commanders, regional commanders, cocaine 77 year kogunte any regional commanders. Satam na papa the former IGP crime aboni is here crime ni omu nyina na ye adwuma Kofi Boache ba akra obestorm akra change akra chichia mo bese ni omo a but suddenly na fe the regional commander so ntu obi aka district commander so ntu obi aka did you not hear say koso ana ko ye leader at least was so from one thing
no say na me kan say ne waye ne friend incommunicado so ati ase say ne be ya communication bi abe free no office yes a police headquarters so no office our creative it is a warfare ya obaye na sabra kina shila one shila ba yi bi na ye em say 3 days kra na shila no yesesa no e di Kofi Kwasi fori bae no after okay one of the time so no kwa but tutu say na bebre mpe if we attend say ya nhwe mu kire say kwan ya ofa so a resign na kire say ensem ho ensem bebre ekwan a ya maame ye tiwa kire say ensem bebre hu hia se ebekeka
no I was also to me fire because the old people wa me so me especially if you attend the mete
the style of leadership no na mo Ghana police service no you see opese centralized communications kra na enye saa na ye no so ye ne center ho no ma ubetimi relay message no dey ama all the regional police command me bo ana afia ubetimi aka say interview ma say na wasamo ye say na ya party political party structures no communication for no mo ye no ubetimi say issue ya abai obi e be fra obi a say na waso ka no regional PRO for no and say I wait for no mo ye say wo mo ye 16 any person to create platform abi bi am person mo discuss no aka no ho no ana woni menya adwen
exactly
but nenya na adwen so be esa template we are no stamp no the police symbol ni letter ni bia but the same one way so wahwa font no the same lines and nsesa so wahwa wapa pick the letters no be 10 na the same yenye police sa mfin say President Mahama ya ade say oyi na free ho
okay
if you say when na free wa kaniema bibire be ha wo mo wo so mo yire wo yi adwuma no wo mo nye adwuma no What you say? Titabiana bambon share no na ekofom. Nkofo bebre say obaye no crime reduce. Media man enye no krense crime ayino rating reduce ye.
Okay.
Yeah, me bag an kofo dua me nam ho nipa wi. Say baby bebre a eno kra no man news ayi bi a report ye. Nkofo report. Yeah.
Wow.
Nkofo report. Into no didn't in a crime rate because a drew baby not just okay can so much the police usro. So what I say.
But I don't know one thing for so I said Obiaso village on the or before he was rather doing well or person chink for now for momina a bribe ne bonny officers or mudina car kwan ho mujiji sika or check your mono or mumu na empe no crentin or mo ya me ye no.
And I'm a catcher was say or ye PPA. So what I say.
I know just populist.
I know a populism. A populist policing approach. Ain't I no do one na if we are do say pa net security as Ghana. Who see a security at Ghana for no do one argument and your uniform. Be a or ye sujani and answer or ye police in you. I don't know. So
yeah, I know the entire any argument no yeah it's true.
Ana eba security plan so ayenye kasemu no. Dodo pa na eti ase ye. So what is security ase a wonye biaso. What in your nature na so. So what is security ase a emfa won so wadan for papa. Oman no die ni ne hia emfa won no political party a wo mo. Me issue ba ko am wo no because me emfa won no party a wo. So me ye NDC ni international ye na maka no. Nya me sa. Enye at the end of the day you took a Ghanaian passport na mbi took NDC there. The problem I mean no say almost me kind of credible. Both permasem parties in permasem because o kind of credit. But of course, o pese wo ye wadwuma na wani kun wadwuma ho a e wo se asem no kure wo mu na wo ka. Enti me mfa se bu ni nsie.
Okay.
You run be ye ni ya e be bona pass. We are wo be wa ni ya. I will be the first person. If you say Dampare by no, I'm so one interview me na of Father Cabre. Opa Google na hwe asem pa me ka fa no the first week na me advice am the man. Me na me catch one intelligence led policing.
Yeah.
I
think I have seen all kinds of them. Yeah.
Or by the first week na me group people so almost test platform BI na me ka am so yan cast and pa fa me catch one say me nye. Adene nye. We are wabe I will be the first person to say it because at the end of the day, no man no who here any individuals. Me no. Say me Dampare. We so say me no.
Yohuno nimno.
Me Dampare.
What do you make of Yohuno dear? Because and also my reading a year watch our service him or tear you man say in fact officers are me or makata internally no. Also mu feeling no. O she sika no mutugu ne so ne ade ba me na ebi mu so kasa internally o mu so say oh you okay they feel more comfortable with Yohuno. Is it because he supports the status quo say that no boni na police for ni di na mo ndi eno na say what expectation be for him ana
Me Lisa, you see we a leader or could be at a police service. I was say we near friend managerial skills and as organizational skills. Edumanya wona obey you. Also subordinates in the into when you're good organizer, now omonte one year, omonya den, omonya duman. You see, if we are ubetimi aka same do be atem, on you offended. It depends on your becano. What in your nature na say? Approach be over yemfanko police servicing. Approach be over no with the choir any duma, we need support. You will know by ye edumano operations or police edumans na your operations operation and uncle for
but was also once in operations
sir what say but the problem Akufu Dampare nya and say there be anameka or your accountant the background or your accountant ni PhD no yeah nko read it say what throw anything about security we accountant me kura na enwanwa because baby am nantini ade a mesu nyina me hu accountant I am head of such institutions that we be as accountants almost deal with figures they are interested in financial issues And when it comes to say intelligence, detective, and shut down your background, this will you be. It is all by your head, no to me organizing call for no be any year, not yet on now. So we are selective. Eduman on so among so man yet. I just a born or your shan, Abenya, a medane, they have bought over the bar. It been a year, no. Been a year.
It's at least accountant then can be uncommon director baby HR and I say
accounting to baby I did not got one or no so near be brain on tiasia no things that we see not public and so agent on it's no things or ya the pa but then munisa ana odu baby so or to me kasa to say near maybe or honoma police in crown at the other but antisa me kaso ko be or say if the almost police for more taxi at the telephone me intelligence unit no so de no so nyona ade bai e wo Ghana dada na kura etwam ene technology adawro ma yindi obi ati se kan e bi na for dresses abodan for tete ka kwan ho no mo chenkofo no ene technology wo ho what in me chere na ase women security ni ye na friend women na ye but wonti ase ya wontimi nye no ene nnadie no emma ne mfata enkoyie.
It will point to this, and even the appointment from day one was as a square peg in run when you
Bibisa
wow.
We see obey regional police command. That's our brand JB Dampare we is he saying.
Oh, Adabio, was it not JB Dampare and son obey IG?
No, okay, I think no yeah
JB Dampare was February 2016.
Maybe no yeah mba. He was I think in charge of something if we forgotten and son didn't call here regional
okay.
JD a case, you know. I am Musa say why ne can call sing ho. Na why crown a kobo bu mujam. Can see why ne can call. Police ni be ne can call. This case in is saying. So and same the brave honomo. And
those are very critical questions that Obusa know. Police DPD can call JB Dampare fie ho.
Ye Musa say why ne mo bu mujam. Who dey Musa na sa. No me yiano. Case na kwesi saying.
Wow.
Ayan no say police for na umkoku omumia police na one person no police for na yes aya allege say empanyifo bi psyche won say bullion vance ka de obey sika nyu obi asika no police for no ayan no kure say omo kwakire omo nua no omo mbokro na exchange buy na say obi na ka so yinkuno eno so ya sembusa ye bibusa intino efiansa mo ho me hia me ne say ono ne de na twam ko ne oba no medical atunufu say omo modern ka ekuo ni mum adwumayefo no mum wonye selective wonye vindictive say na ebi ni mu aye no na afenso obi a na odi say onya promotion no on promote no nipa no kura ko pension on promote no onye ne salary no e wo ho ebeboa no
okay
ebeboa no pa na afenso court cases a man for the call against Ghana police no on hwe say obefa kwan bi su no aye on ka obi a mum na oma intelligence enye na dia ebe leading so person why intelligence led police na o ma ye hwehwe ni mu die ni on petim no on training won e bus sponsorship from from kwa brochire from from ko betim di nipa be 10 pako no makosua ba abekire nkofo na e wo ho no
but I like advice how they my era Yohuno, but do you think and Neswari no sha almost everybody was there, defense minister, interior minister, omopo they said omo dey your more sectors in Jombe but what they Kofi Boache police senior police was there. Odu Abontin junior officers need be free police headquarters. Aba honey ni betwitwa pictures. Do you think said that na papa no ho nya he was are you surprised? You know, especially
surprised. Are
you surprised?
No, me surprised. I mean, call for dinkomo. Me top for no security for ni dinkomo. When you say IGP Dampare, former ni predecessors crano no mayaka.
Patrick Kwati champone
ni predecessors you busawom wa na me kan wo de busawom mimi nimbia wo mo frɛ no kra wo mfa.
Wow.
So
Wow, interesting.
A drew baby no team near from Dampare boys, one tia.
Within the service.
Within the service, and as I may service and soon say or more a quiet on fast on your name. Seniority here, Juma Pa. Assuming some about service anymore, no may be 8 years, no matter masters near the woman promotion, you will be by already 3 years. Okay, you know, man promotion. I can't mean you, Juma. Now, on a class, any pan be me senior, now, or mammy, or there's our things to me follow.
Follow.
And also, police service
promotion issues, no.
Any recruitment be a cool. And you know, you will know Obano, Israel, Mama, yes, said.
Okay.
Or no meaning, say, new relationship of top, no, very good. And you maintain, or men also says, Obama indiscipline about system, indiscipline, bem pet, Nevia Yabantam, indiscipline, bem pet, and yes, was a president, Mahama contract.
But so we are aware so 1 year because the age
6 months, no 1 year across 6 months.
6 months. When do 1 year?
But minimum say obenya contract. Minimum say na eduma tie ntino. Ojere no ho obenya contract because
do you think that he's better fit because on only your operations?
Or you better.
Watching what IGP he's better fit for the job.
Yeah, or you will be out oti eduma na se. Oti eduma na se. Say position no my position no nya ni de. Na obeye kunu ho aye eduma boa Ghana. Ifin say beboa.
Okay.
Obekọ nso a ebenye obi a obeba abesha na ya nyina ebebo. You see, oman ne bambo no we say ehia obi a. Say wo papa kura be ya IGP no onyini ya we say onya kokuduro ka kire no. Ebi say if you are Ghana njo a ye hu ntoyen yo. Wo de Ghana
especially around this time and for Ghana want to cool betimi esi no.
So what you say? Enti no me de me pese the bambo on share ebe je sabi adia enti no na me kasa no.
Okay.
Edu baby no kra na me se me nkasa bi ba wo na ya wo ha me na nsan kra na me ntan kasa because my busy.
I know.
Say no kasa na ye betwa so. Wo pese wo hia mafutu a no akohu me manager no atua ma no na maba ma kasa. If say
I know.
Yen fa PAD me bo ayi o chacha o.
Abreno wenya. Baba mi musa about your friend saying what say Yohuno by just 1 day yache one suspect in Ahmed Suale. Journalists here no anas here adwuma no yache one suspect. This is a case atna ho sam ye nyina ya this wa wo so. Yache one suspect just a day after Yohuno by. I don't know, what do you make of it? Was it an information or hot dada? And obi anko nkoche. Suddenly an information by what happened? I don't
know. And intina you were Dampare so kaya. You were Mahama car say or taxing us 1 year in your movie and for 2020 election. Who's went to me on yet?
Oh yeah, 2020 elections, no violence.
What do you call you were Mahama tax no man date. Me if you want me in paragraph back.
Wow.
Until no nanko for no more cast will you good or you know you good anything. What I say, Commander in Chief now taxi war. But in Bremuno, if it's one team in trop, almost what better man will teach you on also. Bet me I tried and went to me antro because report on Crebu or Hodada. In January, will find a review. And now if we are only managing.
Me too as a back a cry. Nature say, I'm not Suale there is suspecting there now Hodada. And he failed to act on it.
Me say, Ghana police on home. This one cast on Moncho. I say with every American. Me say, Africa, West Africa, intelligence unity, GN1 more West Africa, more better Ghana. Ghana police form, UK form it really, you know. Uber Europe ha UK security intelligence, no, they are the best. And into na ya kuko school ni na no, omo be UK no, obi after say omo ye exceptional no. Omo ye good ankasa. Into Ghana police service can it te pa no kra no BNI from special branch no. Francis will go no time no. Now one ready we Achia mensa chebi any issue. Omo kwaya police for far so police for omo ye hunte. Ghana police ni moduma ji som ka so omo de.
Even the case of Kofi Chintok, how they even arrested
Ghana police. Ghana police one. This one cast one yet. Who could dig Ghana see the for Huagura? Asemato. This one cast one yet. And Ghana intelligence, or defense intelligence, BNI foreign research in CID for who do on Huagro. Asemato. Miss Bonnier, ya whom in our Ghana, yes, woman.
It's not just how you say MP JB Danko do the likely say you will be and also another arrest said
any politically way there and I mean sure say be an something because say yes there and ye juma ma police for we yakukum will be and ye juma ma police for Ghana police juma ni ye juma ma ho any pewu you see no kura metumi akwahwehwe akututu enu ni adwuma na pie 2 year former IGP forensic the Ghana police for no hu na nkofo ni ani the perception is almost bribe nti ama yemu but adwuma pa de Ghana police ya de ehwehwemu nti opanyin na waba no se wa usi politics kakra wo omo adwuma ni nse neme bi wo hono ma ebi ana political figure bi wo ho ntimi enye den enfa because appointing authority no ebi wo hono ma na bi bisa wo nti but we would do say obeying and why.
Okay. Mami busa about shake up in the armed forces because you see answer more the another one about and so much change and no crowd president so more active. In consultation with the council of state also bet to me assign either so be confirming names no their banana and also are you surprised and I suspected their normal routine.
Oh, normal thing you will be we see this on him see baby. Who you see this? We say idea. We are chief of army staff, we see a baby. We are chief of naval staff, we see a baby. We are chief of air staff, we see a baby. We are chief of staff of the Ghana a year, we see a baby. And said that in fact service commanders and leaders in the brain on the a normal thing a democracy nine. So President Finn said, then she say or the babu or mine or the babu or mine home by a beer no more dear no qua. Into Usha me share we no say Usha ranks now what promote to what one yina. We CDS ni say ya. Ni oho si ano. Or your general, in France, or a general we were upon say no or major general.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Usha we say ya. CDS are the Amani Brigadier General. To new major general cry. Say Ghana operative 4-star, 3-star, 4-star. And to me, sure see you Ramaham and Pesa 4-star concept. And to be obe promote to a Brigadier General William Japan. I'm a quiet 3-star, what is Major General. A Okoka quiet a say you are 1-star and Tobacco 2-star Major General. Maybe the hour canina. No, I saw promote to na be a later no man quiet 3-star. I don't know, but Oshe Sanya, why na sana me dwene no. Into we penny ewo saa bambo nhye ni mu dia. Ewo se hu se wa ban free so a ban no wa appoint you ni free so a.
Also yeah, but Mr. Bonte, is that good though? Is that good? Because in Kofo Bebe so kaso call countries or call money na. Eye nye ni nyina na eye saa. Nti eye
ma say ejina o philosophy any we bia strategy our person would debate a babu and the type of concept a security concept our person were employed. Donald Trump by US was the sound baby.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, offense say near me be in your own didn't you know what's on my water now?
Very interesting. Early days yet. You better the Yohuno to at the beba. But do you think that the Kopobi can I even have said it to us? Say and can say Dampare and Kasa resign by January or February?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that military for no check up near who armed forces also Naka also resigning and I don't know why can I say Omunim say changes beba. So they were waiting for it.
We see one more dear no say armed forces no almost structures are juma. omo promotion ni omo yi no political we ni nhye danim bebre say police no.
Okay.
Even though woman dey ban forces no, who deserve. Who deserve a obeko anim. Omo no send your structures ne to no. Who say attack promote junior rank officers ni bebre sa. Just say me would do level a political we ni be ma wo no. And this police IGP betimi ahwe anim say wo kra na dan wo sense you ma me ma promotion no. Armed forces dey any different. Enti no omo no edie no omo nso ombeko but omo ne president edinkuta ho ache omo ya we so ombeko president flow no ndinkuta ho nti me fin say ba you Dampare de no osu hu because ba akofo issues be brave fa ho kofo akisu here and there wuntin nti no na wo sanko hu na nko heden okọ in fact ko de na yi ne to ho no ma ka be ma ne din mu ehu ate kakra asen ne oye ya ni namfofo kra san de kokota ko stop a ANC again me sure say dem na no kra ni full president ma aboa ade achinya oso yewura yoni
in fact me kra me say the president was trying to give him the letter before and I say enasiewu enti omo China uncle see me inside intel am so me nya on China opeso sie na say as IGP enti president ya abo chairman no and okoye say ye no afọ mobile na say as opeso obo delay tactics and almost say there be akoye delay tactics na obo because Yohuno so the time so we want to appoint Yohuno ti ma won't delay anymore so they put it out there because I don't know say in your work as security analyst when IGP you know and if a year a statement that about things does it happen like that?
Say you know I didn't about bunting. Always
you know free one changes abani the press statement at all bunting. It's not the appointment too. The removal of IGP near the statement at all about the official statement. Does it happen?
I think my who be paying. And I think you wrap you to town with says here and I may find out of her.
Okay.
Okay.
Because me picking within the service and just say he was trying to swerve and delay the changes.
That has been his style for you. When they are
well, it's also a lesson to new IG. No, so I mean, yes, young cowboy you say share. No sense you dear Huntino. Nobody can be excited about Dampare downfall. Well, really, this is not even a downfall because we're serving it and
why you do man say why any dear and so many dear now uncle ye near Anna winning say a duma way so no. Even though we are papa and bibra and my wanting security adjuman, but me mum the young yawa filled door. The usual money as soon as that from the yard of Ghana police service. And Intina, me shall say a kind and there's only saying that. Intino, we or shall see an enquiry, many first person of a barbican.
Okay. But where are you young? You undo retirement age or now do?
Oh, no, yeah.
It is say one coy day. Mama na coffee on your day.
I say you bet me, and say coffee. A banner and pointing on if you announce one plan or retirement. When your contract or engine will be a send our call.
And they say, and you a man on coy.
Oh, now, engines are doing
ambassadorial job be an just a quarter years.
I know they are buying shame in President Muhammad, they want to do. But when you engine were doing, the engine was the said Dawson. You went for when engine was with Brasica.
Okay.
Into for experience no pa ultimate you and bet me Africa Union. European Union was crabby me afro. And to me name the plans. But who do Sabia now? I mean, sure say organize a course amount how you will go for your retirement. Because you say a political appointment, you be a bit messy. Name was went to me and Panis idea. And your natural say, oh, yeah, any uncle will become and the young man and so high. Because I was so say, oh, yeah, they be. Until I dia was a train so say all train.
Mr. Abati, Mami Nasi, na me mama force to join on show. Thank you so much.
Entino mechia will be a woman almost makwata me nkwata mani na abra me ye bibinti efiti eyikono ye beba na ya beka jagum wo ye ni ya ye beka wanyi ni ye so ye beka me da wo bibia ase ayachia woman na ye no mba show no so nyina ama me wa
no bi busa senti wo pa che say any 3-star general Ghana na
O say you were 4-star, CDS you 4-star, but you were Mahama person was a son at the back a 3-star no. But say in your CDS no a 1-star, which is brigadier a general. The major general go 2-star. And you know, Samson will be 2019 Professor Mills by and the same thing happened, you know, actually in your disaster.
Because and as Nanaya are not done pro no military veteran of America or so general retirement, you know, no business anti any 3-star.
3-star. Say your 4-star class, and a Kufuor person expanding army, no. Do you know as well establish war college, no? And you know, promote to you a major upon because no judge and upon people to that's it. And you know, but you will Mahama person the part the 3-star, no. Say, me share as I'm fin to a person. You know, I'm a brigadier general, no, as a CDS.
That's a very good thing. My now I say that was a pass. Unya buche my and then all the my or say way Nana Dampare say it should be a lesson to us. No position is permanent. Do your best with the little time, the opportunity. Now, man, on a call baby. And you're permanent. Piaga say Dampare is watching. Next time, do your work professionally. Say Dampare, as you do your work professionally. Dampare, no. Nana, good evening.
Sister, good evening.
I just want to hear there.
No, I don't know here.
Good. Ain't you?
Oh, yeah, my brother, a senior brother, and come me or question.
No, you didn't article. Mr. Boateng article. I can let him join again.
Now, yeah, in security for the nation, and now some technical questions. But my venture become for a more open for I install on the phone now. Sister, Dampare issue, you know, I'm not, and you want to say like, I'm a Monaco, and said you, I mean, Obi Fiona on also buy, right? On also buy, and you know, we shouldn't take it to heart too much, sir. But on the whole, no, per se, may subject him to a bit of, I'll play the devil's advocate. As you may say, me speak about Dampare. Before Dampare coming into the police service, you know, after or no living, no, what changes can we say has happened within the police service? Not from within, say me a police personnel. I can't speak for police personnel because we name our manager or administratively. But from the public eye view and what I saw a much more police public engagement, visibility, and better communication when it comes to informing the public, especially when there's an arrest, when there's something. That way we are not left to speculate what is going on. He breached that kind of gap. And for me, that was refreshing. Say, as a senior police update. Even not even a press conference, there's a communicator on we issue sometimes in real time.
I don't think that has always been the part, you know.
I didn't see that when Dampare was not in office, honestly speaking.
No, it was there. Maybe I only journalist in it was there. In fact, first look at the normal Patrick Quachin a champon. And Kudalo was very press conference every minute press conference every minute. Every minute press conference, yeah.
And okay, and
Dampare was using more of technology because social media but back in the day, it was press conference. It was every minute, every day near our police headquarters.
And then also I saw said their visibility on social media improved because they realized they cannot fight crime without technology. So they themselves came into the technology arena. Now the police have command centers, right? And I only said the previous government bought a lot of CCTV cameras across the country. I've always told people, in the era of Dampare, the security architecture changed in Ghana. And there may be an person with Ghana phone where you know. Mekaisa will be Kokumobi or Adenta Quine Swab, baby. Do you know how they got to know that information? Because there was a CCTV camera that was able to track whatever car that passed in that era at that time. Mm-hmm. And that's how they were able to track to go and catch, some call arresting. So in that era, you could see, they had a lot of, in this time, the police had 3 helicopters for the first time. They trained pilots that came on board. In this time, the police decided to deploy drone technology. So they were coming up to speed with the times on their major on. So nobody can come and solve Ghana problems within the time of all. But Obibana or pushing the frontiers a little bit closer. I think, despite the weaknesses, whatever the administratively they felt about him, you cannot always win it all. Sometimes you trade some things for certain things. And I think, in this case, he traded more of the public, trust in terms of we trusting the police, maybe against one internal folks and how they went against him. From the public side, we see him in that positive light. But like you said, no, sister, if you're Juma win everything, you cannot win it all the time. And it must always be on the mind of public officials. Balancing that trade-off, no leader be good at balancing that trade-off. So maybe for Dampare, he couldn't manage the internal problems well. But externally facing it, you bet you beside the public. Many people, even if it was fake right now, many people had confidence in the police, right? And they began to engage, they began to feel more, a little bit of police, they become more professional. And I wish him all the best, but I want to comment on maybe our kind, and I think security as well now also on Obia for court, It was to answer our last question, because I don't think that they went to court on the specificity of Dampare as a person. It's about institutional development. Say, if an IGP and retirement age ends so you now was sakina. In governance perspective, what does that mean? Is he going home and is he going to retire fully, or even has the president got that right to dismiss an appointee or a public officer whose retirement age has not reached, just like in the case of
Dumelevo, yeah.
Supreme Court ruling, not just saying the age no correction. But in the case of Dampare, as you mentioned the age, it looks like there's still some time before retirement, maybe 2 years down the line. So this is another unique case. So they want to find out from the Supreme Court what does that really pertains and that means in terms of a public officer, especially for a security officer of the sort. So you see, I know, is he going home? Is he going to sit home permanently and we pay him his full, salary, be on his full salary until 60 years?
Until retirement, and okay.
The governance issue that needs to be fixed, not because it's Dampare, but because it bodes well for institutional development and understanding what the Supreme Court will say about that. So in the next, whoever comes next, there's a template. Supreme Court would have decided and we can live with that. But as you said, security loyalty, a president, you cannot tell him President Mahama, but if he doesn't feel comfortable with a particular security head on any year, tell it what you want, because security president have briefings every day, like you said. Nyema president, it is to take a decision, you might misinterpret it, but more information, say what you have. And maybe if he doesn't feel comfortable about the IGP giving him briefings, then how is he going to be able to work? As someone who see Ghana, young go beside Dampare, you ever be some man paying the first because the security in the hiding. So the president should be responsible for the security. Appoint people on region. So that if something goes wrong, we the voters now, you to me a man so on and share security architecture. We can hold him responsible at the polls. Because we cannot go and hold Dampare responsible. We don't vote for Dampare or whoever the IGP is. We don't vote for them. We vote for an executive president who intends make sure, and then call for the appointee will work hand in hand. And I have no qualms about President and trying to get people that he trusts and lawyer. And then if he said it's right for me.
But what is your view about Yohuno just one day suspect in Ahmed Suale case, no? A strange mawana.
It could be coincidence. I don't know what it is. It could be coincidence. I don't have any information unless somebody is giving us more information who's close to the scene. It could be coincidence. It could be tactical. It could be that they've been waiting for a day like this for some other officers to act. It could be many things. Me name the specific, but it's good riddance for the new IGP. It forebodes, some good omens. Say, okay, it looks like she's announced his president that is a new chief in town.
There's a new sheriff in town.
And I really, I think that even in the era of the NPP, I've heard a lot of good things about him. So a very professional police officer, and he served his country. I think he will be a Jumadin was serving the country. It shouldn't matter, in which regime he started or whatever. He should be recognized based on a competent Juma. And it appears the previous government acknowledged he could have also been the IGP because of Juma and the track record. And for me, that is the character of a police officer you want. A police officer that any regime can speak good about. Not necessarily one regime favoring him or, on the amateur. And what for Yohuno, now if he says, oh, yeah, Dampare for an MP, bro, he could probably be considered as the next IGP as well. And, it looks like the appointment is based on professionalism. It's not based on, and a party favoritism. It's based on competence. And if he say in that light, you need to know about man paying about to say, he looked at the man and looked at the Juma Waye, even though MPP made him a deputy Mugan is IGP, right? And then he realized, no, competent-wise, security-wise, institutional memory-wise, you served your country and you really deserve this honor at this point in time. And I'm also very gladdened by the fact that he's coming from or the same. But is it the so many
so many I say you look crobo manya crobo yeah.
You look crobo area. I'm really happy, sir. I mean, they are getting one IGP from that area. I mean, I think, sir, it really gladdens my heart. I wish him all the best, but Sabi, I'm trying to from a fan. I'm trying to professional demeanor, the way the engagement, which means Sabi. He's somebody I'm in class and Bonibia and fan here. It's IGP, your best rouse, what by Ghana, no, your problem back pie in Nimbraso, and a company, your brain or mine, brain. Into Mr. Ye diabit na ye dia na yem famra because ye mbra na chichiri kro, se be mbranti na afro bi mampanyini. And I said mbranti na nda wonso we IGP because o mampanyini gina mbra so no di aiden, o di you. And mbra so ye gina di ye bibia nti se ye ndi mbra so kro mu a emfa ho ne niam e pese ye nyina ho be kire nti mesraw mo mbra nye adwuma okro mo na prepare yan so ye den embra e be asumdwe na aba na mo mbra ye adwuma mampanyini adwuma no kwa na be easy because who obi ko di boni a you won't expect a man about man amnesty because and that is one thing too I like about Dampare. The fact said I thought that maybe at some point it went against the MPP, but it was a good signal that was coming into the system that he could go arrest somebody like Usi Benta when he had trespassed the law because insecurity is our perception, no, is very key. So most of the boni now you can go and arrest him or more than they tend to.
No, be I steady. Everybody is whipped into line. Yeah, okay.
Papa and all when they actually and your media media made. That signal also but and also when it's one of his very difficult moments. I mean, it created even issues for the MPP themselves, right? But I think in law enforcement, no, and who said sometimes when you use a Pehina as an escapegoat, it helps to rally the whole country and bring everybody steady. And a macro, it let me do Rasu money. This is the family the money we see. Now, my cousin, that's no my power. Over about me, Pacho. The police for be so almost said, yeah, the Dampare, the Omokan, who, or Muni, sir. Now, regional command for the meaning, now one city, no mean to mean the gentleman of work for medium, say, no, dear.
I have visibility, you see. Me now make I say my experience covering the police, you know. Regional commanders are in line for IGP because most of them are DCOPs and not COPs. They are in line for IGP. Inti one almost so the term say be conflict based one off or to me solve it. The person gets national attention. Say cocaine about port, watch cocaine. No, it shows you that the person is effective. And I mean, Kofi Boache example. Kofi Boache Atai, it gave him national attention, even international attention because we had been tormented in Accra for years about Atai there, but he brought that robbery group down, and not just Atai group, other groups. So he brought them down. Professor Atuguba wrote a couple of research articles about Kofi Boache Edumo those days in Greater Accra region. So at least he did well, and then on the shooting Kofi Boache to the national level. No, so it's so okay. Regional commanders national say more communication be definitely.
They will come
just open up a watchtower and I say a lighthouse. You can't do that too.
I see.
Because and below the regional commanders are also the district commanders. Almost so aspire say they also get to regional.
Okay.
So to me it has always been that that's the how I said more America more states sheriffs so everybody aspire to get to the national level. But how can the channel say the old money pan attention? But then there's a problem.
Okay, I see. Let's say let me ask a question, Martibi. You were talking about promotion. Who does promotion gets determined by the IGP and there's a structure?
I think that they have a committee. They have a committee within, but usually the IGP is a big influence because he's the head of the service. But and they have a system. They have a system. It's a military. Also, a number of years and also count it. And it's obvious a number of years. No, I serve it. Now, onya disciplinary strike be now so sign then they have issues.
So who sent the report? Like I'm trying to understand because I think that it looks like there's a corporate governance issue because it looks like someone is handpicking who gets promoted and not.
Usually it happens. I was a police I say military corporate governance. Typical corporate governance cannot work in the military and the police service. No. They are completely different. Almost laws near different. Indeed, the as corporate governance in the private sector and cannot work in the military. Because security, a different ball game altogether. So, two to be franco. But then almost system no more on a number of years, disciplinary strike near they need not contribute into a bit now or say our promoting junior above or no yes senior. Onya strike biya, onya disciplinary issue biya, or yen said yes and then you must have a different reason why you have not promoted the person. Yes, or better.
Yeah, I see.
Because usually even in America, any Europe in UK, the rank. Soldier for the rank. Any idea kasa. In the experience also na rank no. Oh, baby, I will be me a jump over what joining service with a degree and an advanced qualification. Be no who to me jumping service. Be no so formula.
The last question, just on Dampare, not because it's specific to Dampare, but because it's good to build institutional capacity, institutional or the same discipline beyond Dampare. Parliament reports now Dampare the former COPB, or retire or public inquiry. I think now, based on I don't know how many years they have to release those reports, before, but Ghana, we should establish that institutional capacity of archival information be a secret, after 10 years, 5 years, we should be releasing that information to the public. Because it looks like it's just information in the Parliament Committee report, and can that Dampare issue after a year, and you wish our report now, we'll get a better sense. Or more number of years, be our president who release those information, and then the public know it's good.
Ghana, number of years no cross one. Ghana, they can deny you for national security reasons. So their country they are fragile. And this is America honor systems, old country system. Ghana is fragile. And to go release some information we are about 17 Rollins Moya constitution, comedy indemnity clauses to protect some sensitive information. It cannot come out. And I think some things cannot come out.
Yeah, none of these after some years, we release the harm and the impact is no longer there.
It will still be spent. Yeah, Ghana they are spending, it cannot be released. That's it. But Dampare confirmed the what it was all orchestrated. That's what he's saying. He said it was orchestrated by Dampare.
That is why the report would have given us more insight, right? Now we don't have it, so I can take so it's details, but I can take it for you. But I think there might be more to it because we share some of the issues now. It appears so people are now collaborating some of the issues that happen at that committee level, right? But like I said, I don't have the report. I don't know what it is. It's either my trust level to Nipan and and sometimes that gets very difficult because I don't want to accuse somebody when I don't have the facts. That is not.
77 parcels of cocaine contain to be seen information is also I mean, I was Ghana there was the Nana good evening. But I want to say,
yeah, now also
Adam.
my first switch.
Well,
I mean, yes, like what Nana said, sometimes like Kwabwati might be a security expert, but I was expecting as a journalist, you should be pushing him on certain things because some of the things not all canon. A hearsay. We don't have any evidence. Yes, he might be an expert in the security. Yes, he might have maybe a first-hand information. But like you said, in Ghana, there are a lot of information that has not been declassified, and it will not be declassified because, like you said, we have a fragile nation. A nation that is governed by tribal sentiments. Maybe the next 50 years, okay, that's what happened, and then we'll help them to build upon. And another thing that Paul was saying, well, Dampare, Adam Fufona, Amode, when you call. No, that a Professor Imani president, I'm with their court that was way back in, I think, August. So it was in Supreme Court. They wanted interpretation, not because of Dampare, but for all service commanders. No, once all service commanders, so that the Supreme Court will give an interpretation whereby it will direct the president, not for because the president has got the executive powers empowered by the Constitution. But the same Constitution is also saying, that president should exercise that restraint. So they want that interpretation, but not Oma petition the new president that came in. But unfortunately, well, he didn't listen, so that's why they also went within that time. So it was not like they were doing it for Dampare. They say no. Dampare knew that he had to go. Honestly, it's become a convention. Since
I want call earlier because people have suggested Senka by January he should have left.
You see, you made a good point. Dampare is 55. He's so far, he's the only IGP, the youngest IGP. The time maybe undo that a retirement age. So where is he going? So you've created a dilemma for him. So maybe that was one of the reasons why he was dilly-dallying, because he wanted assurance from the authorities, from the president. Say, where am I going? Now, no, I've reached the highest echelon of my profession. And now I can't go back, unlike the UK, where as for them, they are different. A prime minister can come back as a junior deputy
MP.
minister and find her as an MP, not background. But Ghana and Tessa will do the highest echelon a year. And now at 55, in the last 5 years, before retirement, what is he going to do? Are you going to force retire him? If you are forced to retire him now, that means that you have to pay that emoluments until
so they do 60.
Exactly. So these are the things Krana, like Professor Inim and Imani, they were pushing for, so that they have interpretation before even the new president comes in and then changes all these service commanders. The service commanders in there, they have to change. It happens everywhere. If we are saying that we are doing American style of democracy, these are the things that will happen. I'm saying Dampare, I think the longest so far, because I remember Professor Akufo-Addo. I think when he took office in January, by January ending, the service commanders were doing the IGP. It does happen. So yes, those things. And then another issue was what was it about, info? The soldiers, the police officers jubilating and when.
Yes.
To me, it's an eyesore, because there and then the police officers committed a crime in front of the new IGP by showering.
What crime?
Yes, showering money. That is a crime. Okay. You are defacing a legal tender. When you throw money in public, this thing was not a Ghanaian thing, it was a Nigerian thing. But when police officers, senior police officers, showering money in presence of the top police officer, when I saw it, I said, my goodness. And some of them were even falling over, collecting the money. I said, my goodness. I was expecting the IGP, the new IGP, to tell them that, please stop, or something like that. Just reprimand there and there, for them to know that, no. Why that? Honestly, me who be that?
But the new IGP,
the guy was. It's all over social media. Abrofunu cried almost real. The guy was in white, in white, the top down and top way, right? And then he was sharing. I don't know that note. Is the red one? Jato,
200 Ghana cedis,
200.
Hey, 200.
Hey, Chale, I said, my goodness, why that? As much as, yes, somebody will have his supporters, whatever. I mean, congratulations and wave cry. And now it's a powder pour, but obviously he was dressed to go to the official ceremony, so he couldn't have poured the powder. But to shower money, that is a crime. So now, if one of these our so-called celebrities, or Mupati, say no be shower way, and then the police come up with a statement to arrest that particular way using the law now. Where do we stand? What would the public think? Someone will. Well, you see, I was expecting the police officer, senior police officers, to be a bit wake a cry. Just control. Yes, you are happy. Yes. And then we talk about Dampare. The Dampare, like Nana said something, which was very. I said, look, with the public need here, we hailed him all. But there may be the police in fear na he
was a hero.
Exactly, because like you said, when he centralized the communication, that to him, it might help him as a, but it didn't help the force, the whole service as a whole. What I say? Because wherever you centralize communication, even anything, you centralize it, there's always pitfalls. There's more pitfalls than advantages. Even look at Ghana as a whole. Everything is Accra. That is why we struggle. The districts struggle. Everybody wants to come to Accra. Accra is choked. Every decision, you want to have a passport, you have to go to Accra. It is choked. So that one, it was a big flaw. And I think something that he will reflect on and say, yes, I didn't do well. But apart from that, honestly, if you do a public survey, the public loved him. Like you said, there was visibility in terms of police on the streets. I remember those times when I come on holiday, traffic lights, people don't stop. They just go through. Yeah, zebra crossing. They won't stop. I remember I stopped and somebody nearly hit my back and insulted me for stopping at the zebra crossing. But when Dampare came and they said, Dampare boys, these guys have motorbikes. You dare not cross the red.
To be fair, Al Hassan, former IGP, being a friend Al Hassan, he came before Kudalo came. Yeah. He started the visibility. Every traffic light, every bus stop, he had police officers there. In fact, the word visibility, no introduced yet.
Yes, he started.
And then I think Kudalo time, they brought this horse, bicycle, community policing.
Yeah.
Bicycle, so horses, so they were there every time. But Dampare took it to another level.
He took it to another level.
But he didn't start the visibility.
Yes, he took it to another level because I remember those times when I come, sometimes the police will not say, please not, he's motor driver, no, red or trim. They don't care. But Dampare's time, I mean, they were stopping. But drivers could not just cross like that. They were stopping, obviously. And obviously, and then there were, I mean, there are facts and there are like studies that show that during his time, obviously, armed robbery was not as rampant as it was. So with the public,
whose time?
Dampare's time.
No, I know there's not exactly like that.
I know it's
because people watch time crime robbery, no, dealing with it a lot.
Yeah, Kofi Wachi, well, obviously, Kofi Wachi was not an IGP.
Yes, but even as great, and that's what the Nadiani are very relevant. As Greater Accra Regional Minister, he did a lot of work in robbery.
Exactly. But you see, with Dampare, there are a lot of things that Dampare
they've not done any major robbery cases. So. No, because I didn't go there say nobody was probably arrested and prosecuted. Though. The bullion van.
Yes, the bullion
van. And then CCTV camera and capture. So we haven't had any proper
we're still waiting for whatever investigation that it will come around. But I mean, you realize that, like you said, the visibility was there. There are certain things. Obviously, he stopped all these our so-called fake prophets and whatever prophets from prophesizing the way near day. At least he made sure that, yes, like you said, he used the technology, modern day technology, to be able to communicate and make the face of police a bit humane. You understand? A bit humane. That at least the police were a bit more like tech savvy. That you cannot just go on social media and insult people and just prophesy or be and at least he made some of the laws work. Yeah, he may have had his flaws, but for the police to be jubilating anyway, I thought it was a nice soul. Yeah, honestly. And then another, I think there was another thing I want to talk about. Paul said about I think I've missed it. Maybe
because now he was unity. What do you disagree with him?
It happens to another. Good evening. If you are
good evening, Cecil. A long time.
Yeah, we are on. I think it happens to be with the armed robbery cases that we were talking about. Because there have been series of armed robbery cases which we've not seen the end to it, and it was so much worrying. And me sitting at the public view towards Dampare, we saw him as a very good publicist, taking control of the public section of the police administration. Into where will play a very good photography to the public more than the police administration. And I was asking myself, say, why did Dampare like this thing happen to him? I'm sorry, I have to go off for just a minute and come back.
Okay,
please.
we'll call. Okay, no problem. No, I think Yohuno will disagree with you. I don't know.
I do understand what he's saying. It was like even I said, for the public, you know, we sort of liked him, but his police administration or his way. Yes, I remember the topic that yeah, the point that I wanted to make. The point I wanted to make was that Paul said something that yeah, Dampare, by profession, he's an accountant.
Yeah,
and as such, when it comes to policing job, I totally disagree. I totally disagree. You see, it's and you see, and the thing is, he committed himself by saying that the police, all that you need is about leadership and then management. You see, it's about leadership. That is why he went to police college. That is what they teach.
You don't necessarily have to be boots on the ground.
Exactly. We can have a medical doctor as an IGP. It's about your management skills. So it doesn't matter that you should have it, because as a police officer, you are trained about policing. That is why they go to police college. And for you to be a COP, I mean that is the top of a police officer. For COP, you go to police college, you learn already. But yes, he has another job at Dampare as an accountant and also as a lawyer. Do you understand? And all this it builds you, it gives you that leadership quality for you to be able to manage. But unfortunately, like we said, his centralization did not help him. You see, the optics he played well. The police administration, the police headquarters, it all became visible for us to see. I mean, for the first time, see that, Charlie, police headquarters, partner, IFC, Mimi, who be crowded, says Yehobe. Because if you tell me, I'm the fire service cried, never for change, police headquarters until he came. You see, but the thing is, yes, like Paul said, I think, yes, I would totally disagree with him, and which I did. You don't necessarily need to be technical. It's about your leadership skills, quality, and management skills. You can be just a straight police officer from private to COP and become way. If you fail, you fail. It's about your man-making skills, even your interpersonal skills. I think that's one thing maybe he may have suffered among his colleague police officer, because not say even in Penifoni be proud but he knows how to play that skills with his junior colleagues as well as the public, because the public is loved. He can go and then eat Kofi Brookman, that sort of way, like what even a sister was saying. He plays the optics. And I
don't know if you're worried, no, because you see, coaching Crawford, and you Kofi Brookman, you are not a politician, you are not a celebrity. Well, I mean,
but sometimes it's like you can testify to it. Like here in particular, for the police to be able to go into the community, you need to be the face of the people.
Yeah, but not the IGP being the face. The district commanders have to be the face.
The Met Commissioner, I'm telling you, the Met Commissioner.
But the Met is the Metro. But he is not Metro. IGP is the top.
I know.
But must he be the one who is on the ground?
But in England, for instance, the Met Commissioner is like the IGP. The Met Commissioner is like the IGP. Even though we have the regional police, whatever, but the Met Commissioner is like the IGP, because he's the one that is appointed.
So why the question is, why were Nana says okay? Why were other officers, regional commanders, why were they also not given an opportunity to do the same thing?
Because
if they are not there with the human face, but let them also add the human face to it.
Yeah, but that is the flaw, whereby he centralized the communication aspect of the whole
everything.
Police.
It seems if you are not just to come in, it seems all the light was being thrown at Dampare, because Kase even mentioned the regional commander of Ashanti region. It would be very hard. Even regional commander of Greater Accra is very hard, because those days, back in the days, you can easily call off the PRO for Ashanti region,
exactly,
and PRO for Greater Accra, PRO for
Rosatinga or whatever her name is.
She even resigned.
Yeah,
we knew her. Even to the regional PRO for we knew their names, and we could easily record the names.
Record their names, because I remember one person I used to remember was Tanko.
Exactly.
Some tanko PRO for Ashanti, any crime that comes up, and there's a release even from the headquarters, the media gets in touch with the PRO for the region that the issue has happened. So, but I think Dampare, everything has been cut short.
Yeah,
and
that was a major flaw.
Exactly, and was so bad to the extent that you don't hear any PRO talking, and you just see a splash of a press release on social media, and that's it. Which previous IGP, you can hear the PROs explaining, even when the press release drops, the next bulletin you hear the PRO explaining things and the issue.
I miss that man, Kokufori.
Yes,
Kokufori.
Kokufori. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Since Dampare came in, it has been press releases upon press releases, and you don't see the end of each incident that happens. Oh, I think that was the problem with the administration. But with the, bringing police straight to your doorstep, he did the best. As a BBC, he was there, which should have been the work of the PROs. I was at a point I was thinking, the background in public relations, because it seems like he was doing the work of at the point that background. He was very good with that. But when it came to the administration, Asemaba, investigate saying, na yema public ni Yohuno. Never. Zilch. Asemnisia, he will just be there. Let the people know that he's been there. The next action, we don't hear anything about it. And I'm sure that was the major problem. Police for Nankasa, they were not happy with it. But aside it, public, like meeting people, bringing police to your doorstep, he did the best. But as to police administration, administering the police service, there was a problem. There was a gap. That's why all these issues came up. Because how can a regional commander not be talking? Issues come up in the region, they can't talk, PROs can't talk. They say everything should go to Accra. If something happened in Wa, we should wait for the matter to, be piped to the.
But that is why he was not able to solve that election deaths. No, that happened in a what do you call it? Techiman. Because for 8 deaths, it was too much. Serious. And even then, when our new president came, he gave you a mandate.
Exactly.
He told you, have given giving you a date, a specific assignment. Can you solve this? And then come to me. But he didn't.
He didn't. So
yes, obviously, honestly, if I was a president, if I was in President Mahama's shoe, the moment I gave you that, and then I gave you the ultimatum, and then you didn't, I will sack you even before we cry. Whether you're going to your WASI a year or whatever, no, sack you cry. I'll make sure that every statistics that are even given to you now, I will cut them off. Because we are talking about death, so 8 people are dead. What about their families? You understand? And you sat down for how many years? And this is a stain on MPP, and which sometimes the MPP supporters don't want us to talk about it. It's a huge stain. People died, and up till now, I don't even know. Because, and I remember there was one man who used to be, I think, the deputy. That man, forgotten. Joe. Is it Joe? Just. Oh, this man. He was later independent and came back. The one in Bekwai.
Joe
Seusu. There was a time they interviewed and he was saying that these were tax. These were tax that were killed. And I said, even if tax are killed, they have families. What did I say? They have families. And then we know that these were not tax. They have and then the president at that time did not even bother to visit the family till today. Even social people were talking. Chiefs were saying, at least go to the family, meet the family. Apart from, I think, I would say candidate Mahama, who went to these families and then greeted them. I remember General Mosquito as well. They visited these families. Up to today, MPP have never, when they were in power and even out of power, have not even acknowledged these deaths. And even
I think one worrying thing is what has just come up today with regards to Ahmed Suale. the arrest of the suspect.
Exactly.
Just a day after new IGP, no by you. Just a day after new IGP, no.
Very worrying, and it gives room for suspicion. Say, so what was going on? Was he sitting on so much information that he didn't want people to execute, or what? Because people are raising so many question marks with so many issues. Even with Techima, they say, if president has given you a petition, you say Bomodian Shrim, nothing of that sort. And come on, mobile exiting here. I had issues regarding that same thing. Say you stand on it and let him go, because that's what I heard. Because happened during your reign, and you couldn't do anything about it. And something also happening. I think as well, there were some guys that were shot.
Yes.
Went to Galamsey. That one too. So nothing came up. So I think there's been pile and pile of cases of policing, like police service. I said it needs to come to the end. Like they need to know, the public has to know the end of it. Nothing of that sort. So it has to be like issues be a bar. He rushed to the scene, let people know that he knows what is going on.
So you think that he shot himself in the foot? Or no?
Big time.
Honestly, I mean, those were the flaws. Yeah.
One thing that you deduce from his administration is he happens not to be a team player. Because if he's a team player, there are people in the administration that will help him, let him succeed. Because there are prosecutors, investigators, one with cases that is going on. But if they are not behind you, you'll be blocked. But the people on the ground that can help you execute the investigation will not help until you be like information here from now. And I am quiet. And when now they are about public I think he wasn't a team player, and his own people were not ready to help him succeed because of what was going on in the administration. But in the public media, he was playing it to the gallery, so everything is okay, for the eyes. Yama police administration are fair. Everybody is doing the work, going about the work. But the main core of the security aspect of policing, they were not getting, the good output.
Bible so sometimes you have to do the needful.
Until he assured the police for now, they were not ready to help him because of
if you kept the regional commanders, you kept the district commanders. What would they do? Because at the end of the day, you sit in Accra, something has happened.
They are close to the incident.
You are not there, so you give the regional commander there the opportunity to be able to come out and even find it, get his detectives, always giving a feedback to the public. This is what we are doing. This is what But if you don't give them that opportunity, like what Stefia said, that is also how they sell themselves. That is also how they come to the public for. That's also that they will make known.
That's what can say. Over the years now, everybody knows regional commanders, PROs. Madam would be a friend in Ketia, he was Eastern Region, but before Eastern Region was Tema regional, because under the police administration, Tema is a region on its own. And he was the Tema regional police command before he went to Eastern Region. We know all these people.
I know.
The famous
the Dosu.
Dosu is one of the most prominent, but Dosu, so Dampare, one of the sins he committed was to
to keep them out of the way.
But Dovsu is a key. You and Crown recognize Ghana for Dovsu. It's key because before the establishment of Dovsu, near friend Waju. Before the establishment, maybe a friend of Anti-Gifty, maybe finish name. No, she started Waju, and it was established because over the years, there huge cases of child molestation, child marriages, violence against women. And we had women juvenile. But later on, they realized that there were men who were also being attacked, so we changed it to Dovsu. It's a very important department in the police service. But now
because with this administration,
it's self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted. It is also under Dampare. I think between old IGP Dampare and almost shelter. For the first time, we have a big shelter.
Oh, okay.
For domestic violence victims.
Oh, I see.
In Kola, they have a place like a daycare center. They have counselors, they have lawyers there. It's a whole shelter inside the police headquarters. That will be until
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we have
So
a
you see,
whole shelter.
in
For
a
the
way, it's
first
good,
time
but
ever,
you see,
huge
because
shelter.
yeah,
They
It's
have
the first
counselors,
time
professional
I'm hearing
counselors.
this.
They have police officers. They have lawyers. They have they have a daycare center inside. So obi kunabwa, they won't sit there say yonku answer. If you come, there's a place you will sleep any day, but nobody's publicizing it.
yeah. But if you have not said it today, I never knew. Honestly.
Yes, there's a whole. It's inside the police headquarters.
Wow.
There's even a court within the shelter. Why you court or that's so that they can expedite action on cases. Oh, but
It's so unfortunate. All in all, like, oh yeah, dear, for the public, like bringing police into the doorstep of the citizens, that he did his best. But in intra, administration, like working with his own people, it was problematic. Like he couldn't solve so many issues with the hierarchy, exactly how to deal with them. Promotion aspect, he couldn't.
Yeah, I want to talk about the promotion, Cecil. Just sorry for cutting you. You see, if now you were talking about it. You see, when it comes to the military, the promotions, it's structured. Nothing. They don't. It's not about me hatchet and whatever. It is structured. You go through pa, and that's it. But Ghana police, even I remember Professor Bafo Ajimendia was even talking about this thing over the weekend. Say with the police, sometimes me seniority too much. But Dampare, I think because he was one of the so-called young and then for him it's all about education. So I think so for those who did like go and do their masters or whatsoever, he jumped them over the seniors.
No, I know people are even more qualification chair masters who were jumped over.
And that might be that was another issue where
I know police officers within the service are minimum almost their crash, but they were all jumped over.
And then they were jumped over, and that might be one of the bane that might cause the disaffection from his own people. Yeah.
I mean, I'm only a sister, and I'm a sister, but thank you so much. Lovely. So, see if you're a friend of a shelter, a friend of refuge. Well, Ghana, a friend of a shelter. Ghana, a friend, a refugee camp. Ghana, a friend is shelter. That's how the police call it. That's how all the NGOs are money friend. Benjamin said we should rather be very worried as a nation. Say policemen are jubilating over the sack of an IGP. Partisanship now is sinking everywhere, even into the police service, and it's sad. Say dear Drew, Breno. Kennedy Free also stop referring to the 8 people who died in 2020 election in Techima. They were in their own homes before they were killed. They were attacks, destroying election properties. NMA police for responding here. These were all people who no munim. Say Nisan Komoyesa and Solomon Safia, IGP Dampare there, or no Nawama Afran planes acron for no Yinaja crowd. A drew baby no bien to me far from place to cancel. Until what day IGP they were ye be pant, ye monabas, when ye be bia or ye, and enye. Lovely say Yembusa Nana Kofi say, o say nkofo tax na omo call oboase a omo call clash with police for soldier for no bo mutuo no omo de was it also called by Dampare na masa be very guided because asema wo kan Nana Kofi no de no say Nana Kofi ankasa say Nana do anko Techima for no victims so no say na den mahama wako oboase for no ho no ma na wo de wo kan asem no difference ano. Also say if I disagree with Paul Boateng for saying Dampare couldn't write a report. Dampare has a PhD. PhD need they know to mention. Or say a lawyer into law no. Into he can write. Into would they be na why na anko ya me nka ba mama my yes oh and Dampare no nim we na Dampare no nim we. Onimade no. But at the end of the day, obi anim say enye ni nyina na obetena forever. Nti ase so Shaibu, thank you very much for a comment ode abano. Nti obi a oni views there at the end of the day said the nyina ye ka no enye lovely so per chinyaji social services near there you work but your Ghana a friend is shelter. Me na me coach police for no so mo friend refuge ana. Mo ha adwen pa o. Omo de say shelter. We all the NGOs in Ghana call it a shelter. Also say a refuge. A refugee camp. The Ukrom one your friend refugee in Ghana so by force and friends. You don't think we have a right to name things the way we want? Lovelace also on Ukroya just to me or 3 months of just be of say or the banner or become wasem. Nana appear or see Dampare may have his flaws. Onye perfect person there, but the public was happy about Dampare Juma Oye as IGP and Munyamo de police service. No, the police gave a human face in his era. Motorbikes, so near the end, I check your more no money rough until no, and no dear, unim. I feel your branch away so about hopes I say for better communication and the Dampare there, not hopes I wasn't mommy send a link on our casa. Hopes I say for better communication, the Dampare not, and it's true. Hopes in car or more communication part the name say internally no Dampare didn't do the best. He cuts people off, and that's one of the things on the no. Nana, I say I know we have 4-star general, and I even stated it okay. No more catch say 4-star general so Ghana Hanti will point out Rizzi and also you're very true. Say you're 4-star general. Mr. Aka, good evening.
Hi, Mr.
Then I'll be welcome.
As I'm telling you, some kind of Coco Bessa BCHL. Dampare do ye in a Bessa in Bunia to Anya. Why, Ebekaswanya, or yes, Ebekaswanya, and Naku for the Bassa about Mahama by Obey Juma, yes, Mahama Yadi, a Jumano, a Ubeya, no Biswabi Yibi, a young Kwan and Yansa would him. Dampare, why I wear so a day of before. Hano, why Jumani be, wouldn't him? Was started from scratch, and what you do baby, what do know? And why are they? Yamona Basso. We are say. Bibia no abeya beso ni panyin ani e dan afom so ni pa ho ni mfom so bebre ho police for no mo ka asem na afia me se a victim am ko to asase o ka so a that time to 30,000 pounds o afia 2019 wow kofa wa wi omunyina ya we ayi 94 omunyina ya we asma mekan se meboa police headquarters medi wa ko ni aba kwa aba e de be na nko so ho afia kickback ya o e beju scan age heska. No
police going okay.
No police for ye. Police for ye for American. Hey, one more. Me say, me kata me say me am a victim. 30,000 pound 2019. Sikana be say me assassination. Me sanka.
30,000 dey police bo na auto assassin me boa.
Dey assassin. Ta. Waji me 30,000 no na emre ekwan fa so asika ko di akwa na magim sika na asase ne baye yi no afia kona bra kwa 2019 echime ayi ni chimo 2020 ne chimo ma me di Ghana 2 good years wa asase no kwa so what you say and so yon panin fo bi wo hono mo a Aziz atam Aziz ne na ye panin wo hono mo wo si adi hono me so onu jage se fa kwa ne 2 years wo si yemfa ne ko because o di from me but unim say enkofo bi digi sika ho a asemayen basa so panin fo no mo talk
Debbie, assembly call that any police wants them.
Debbie. Me di ma sia the phone, say sia the phone ko che no. I say get the assembly court. Na court no sia the phone the court. One Alex, one fan ko. Asma me Alex ne hold me case. One fan ko. One number ha nyina. Me spam case na.
Receipt e say or due sika. E bi an evidence ni won ti no man fan ko court.
Ebia, saga na asase to ma me ni fan Alex. Or factory or a castle, or be any Alex American accident.
Fine. I don't be able to me by evidence court. Don't say the evidence. I didn't see them.
The American say
evidence.
Assassin part or Tom and Nipa. What the car palm will be. And I say assassin. Me quite such a keep so. I'm one people in Bibia or I'm where Bush phone in I wear. Now Bush phone in I wear say at once assassin. Unse sa akwa no wawu 94 so wawu o se frigi mi so huntuam sika mo mpam ko sie na mfa me ho o ekra mo ni ntu ontu a o mo ne nche ho me mfa me ho afia meni bisa na me kan na yo 30,000 pounds afia sika na hye manya ne kwafo bia mo ani mama me anya police for na gi sika no na police ni no be process ade ne de akono kan na kom a recommend say on fa nye de no enso wa anye ene echina saa enti police for no papa wo mboni fo wo obu wa hu nipa mobo obetu asema obi so ba gisika saa sika gya Dampare ba ya osisi kwan bia no me so ba ya langas na da kan kore na ekoso se first ba no
asa langas fo omo ho baby.
First party no a team together. Me see me police headquarters. Me see me can say you. Me see Aziz one I see the penny. Me see on no office. Me call on one a chair say yemfa kwa ntum. Me call the floor me. But me can me on na number so ma.
You part that by na so te ba form. Okay.
And my no my baby if you can. Ahini ekura mpo no na sanche he de ne nasi fam se wo yo hena koton asase create me den etu ade so me bo a asol company for Methodist Pentecost ne adade nyampani for change wo mo obi ya okorita na me bo a ye change this a one man church for yin kwa na mo kodi bone kwa em de omo se omo na hu nyame omo hye nkom wo ka na ye betu adapa because omo de omo na de omo ho ye ntu omo so entu omo asem de na ye but Dampare de mem se wa ye adwuma papa magana me gini tum wa ye ade oba ndo betima ye bia wa ye Nemo any party or yes, I saw Bana Basso. I be, and you know, many no bit my Mr. Abay, President Bay, and you know, many of President bit my you, and should obey the Abena Wasamaka. If you are all winning, would you my way? Mr. Madano, and I'm Mrs. Unico man, follow my chapa. Kofi Juma, why general, why am I gonna for them? I had any baby ever copy on. Me don't Miss Susa, me come upon Miss Susa, Kofi out of my own. I do my boy, I know. If you say me, or not, why you know, so some minister. Kofi, my idea, I all kind of say, come you chronic at night day. Mama, boy, no, or feel it bad. Ghana for, if you are Ghana for,
we are there, my so.
Debbie, you. Okay. Kofi, the my dear, why Yama Ghana for? Let's go Kofi, we are can I ask me. Kofi, dear, why Yama Ghana for? You don't own him. Unim de Kofi aye.
Amba be girls we ye na say ne.
Oh, afia bibia nsu nyame ye. O my Ghana na ye pese koso. Wo a odwe Ghana hwadwe pepe nyame nhira wo. Wo a odwe Ghana hwadwe mo nsu nyame so betua wo ka.
Yo, Mr. Dasi baby. Ye obi boy so betimi apake ama ya because pese o do life beto ayimo. Na obe isa. Imano say if you are afraid of security issues I say pa because security issues na better baby a president here no he gets a whole lot of intelligence yeah you abontine yen share ente asesa nana Kwame Ejekumo say if an IGP can promote his group of people from sergeant to inspector to chief inspector then college within 3 years did those people arrest Satan to care for the Christ hey erade people can say IGP go to me person o promoting in Crawford and Crawford na o promoting o no much Satan ana oh yes ana na appear Ashia Junior say next IGP no so the same ade ye Dampare de be no enti ono so ma ni na ho mo ma ne nye ne de se Crawford no Jubilate say yi Dampare fi because Ghana for no mo nye say dem Mr. Aka eka no Mr. Apia ko be ha enti o
ya me okay me ka ne ye new model car enti phone one baby nko na me so mo baby nko
aha me pese o be school like
me okay pan and some you know pan pass maker yeah me I believe that IGP Dampare wa bodwum Ghana me tin say na obi ka be this a flam place na won't me akofo kodwo mo ma what is a bribia ya betika ya lutu o musika ya kumunipa ya say IGP Dampare by say dey stop way one kasa ba bi kura wo kire say wo kuro mu free no sa area ho da bia na obetina ya robun konfo sa ne mani nyina to the 20 they say na yakura wa bro tia no kofi ya na wuntimi nda but I believe say IGP buy and Dampare buy sa ne mani nyina ba from apart from say bia major cases bia wo ka dey say robbery cases bia still o mo hwemo mo entimi fa ho bibia ma out no in which me Dampare for ni be MPP for na man for because yes no more control na I'm control administration because baby to say checking my case he say omo na ma IGP Dampare anja sanhwe mu ni ade so what you say anti the downfall ni be MPP for number 2 Ahmed Suale we on ho no even candidate upon crowd the can say omo person omo three case ni mu nya obi a omo ti announce and the workers no candidate upon and she and you will buy no mu you be o ma ya ati ni ati obi adene da ho MPP for na me I believe
I don't no man chi obi because da ho so man chi obi a
See how much we can say. Dampare no MPP for control administration. Oma na anya ne na opese ono obetumi ya wo say Ghana
but say ni nipa ba akutu ntumi nka say chiana atabra evidence ni wo police for the evidence na ye adwuma.
Who dey IGP in the first 3 months, 6 months to 1 year no. She said na Ghana is equal. But I tell you no, obanya about 2 years ni ade oba no. Emre bi oba ya sami dem fi beka say oba on be dealing with him because almost afa every form manipulating no. So yeah, now said the Ghana no your chronic here no. Politicians no makwan Emma administrations now Ghana no entimi yadwuma effectively because omo ba where end is for be kikeke hunu I swear kikeke hunu
go see we
go see baby because omo try say nipa omo do omo better and they will control them. So what you say they will definitely control them. Na sa control no and Emma prime Ghana enko na ni no Dampare ya juma yamona baso kwan bi so te say sa communication on say Ghana see enya structure bi a say we are generous na ko to case how to report it. What you say where the some sa FM na abeban kura dey na no bi so asem bi mu ano say the tia bi ano aka to yo enti bra police ba concern my investigation on say ensi ba bo ntini na anya papa. That is why ya na opposite of akwa bi so nanka but on say oyi sa regional ayifo free mu no am I so bad. So what you say say they na first person they can na say en ko timi regional securities no policeman no timi etimi alliance kwan ba fa so a report in your money ma betimi aba because obi awu mi kom na James kwanza na so yamfra wa IGP won kran na yan information how can we do it. So I want you know condition no niam bi anko e ba man wa boy dwuma Ghana for mo na ba so e na omo nso ba bi a me Samahama otie minim se otie ne ma bi say man of 54 years but a long way to go 5 years enough from 6 years enough from 80 already obeti my ya obi a
on pe be information on you too no
what me I rank it to that top no you treating it good me question to Pentecost yani ya soro be chairman na you say with time so na o president so ye na say you change we have a way to treat you it yen treating is even contemporary word no kwa fa so ya any man it say first whole government no so o me Dampare me da say
yo yet that me to be that's baby no so there Francis we saw camera no elder okay no say a good job also concerning this Ebuakwa MP no ni wuo no ne ho ade no honorable Kennedy Japan voice say out say IGP Dampare onim omo ye involved no so IGP anya hwe it means say na information bi wo ho na obi anya ho hwe na new IGP etumi abe effect na wa ma ya che enkrofo no nti yenhwe de no so ebekọ akosi ye friend say Ahmed okay there be agbedefu no ka so Mr. Boatin aka say ye pa because on security issues there was said they canon and if you are not internal I would name issues now obeka ba obeka ama wachia no nka na say they was say was all canon no tie nyina yen respect Dampare dey so do obi aka no he has his flaws onye nyame he has his weaknesses asante say your friend saying if you Dampare has paid his dues, he has raised the bar so high say IGP or baby he will be expected to go beyond baby Dampare the call into almost so even in social media content profanity near ne obi ehune level so ye ne be oba becho into obia ehune level so bright so message or there but bright even the Dampare did his best so he did his best and it's the best time for him to step down for another person to follow yema credit where credit is due yes or ye boni bi onye boni bi and the time now so and oko that's the say Dampare has set the bar so high as an IGP and Yohuno be ono so sa no bi abeja and yes or be fan simple sa enya de obenya no simple sa and agbeko Wilson no say if we have a long way to go I'm sure your few years here no ama wo hu say Nazemba Ghana de nye America lie mu de mu ya na your few years Ghana ni America enya independence aben am 400 years mu de beto to Ghana ho but you ne mu nye inti no yes that's do cover 20 years there's nothing to compare Ghana is not America level classmates for ni Singapore Malaysia ni Dubai no ni ade mu ye hu ye level Francis Cobbin, I say good evening, Sister Fia. Police officers were jubilating because Dampare is in charge, you know. Time and Dampare were in charge. They were not able to execute their corruption or mojiska or enkofo. That is why they are doing that. And yes, Dampare Bonibia Gashu, or say the name of the IGP is well known among Ghana for you now. Be any said Dampare, Mosakino, Mansakino, Ubianim to a Benny dear. Oh, ha. Augustine say Dampare a PhD holder nti obetimi akwa akọchira de nya afi na mahama bepe position fufu bi ama na onkochira de o school onkochira de o school. Clifford say Clifford Cheba for say when you see Ghanaians jubilating after their boss is removed, it's an indication say he worked very hard. He wasn't a pushover for their corrupt scandals. No Ghana for this I was all this show why you know tem bia on be jubilate say omo boss bi adwuma abone bia na chese omo ye nipa bone fo na nka omo pe edisika no boss no ama omo kwan enti no omo yes an Ghana fo su ban de bia wo a wo be fo bone so no ha wo no omo pe wa se mum wo a wo be papa de da bi omo mpe se omo no ebeka enti ebusa ho yanda mase ene ye ka se ye nche ba ya che yanda mase next Wednesday yakopon ya adoma ye beto aso e dey another edition of Jasu Abrem enti Dampare na na se ma bende ochina we don't know what is going to be. Any nipa kra obeba say the nyina aka no no at the end of the obi an any time it may be this person, it may be that person today, but the good thing we are taking for this is that this Ahmed Suale no a suspect has been arrested. They said the case no will go in court. Bompire to say I didn't pull robbery, somebody will be arrested and it will also end up in court. Yes, some Bompire say cases to say honorable JB Danko Edudie. I mean it's at the end 2012. No, 2015. Not 2016 year 2016 February. NAC. We must get the person who did it because sexy don't know court and they said the jury nakasa finding not guilty. No. There are people who orchestrated the killing of the MP, and all of them must be brought to book. All of them must be brought to book. We just want peace of mind, justice for Ghana system when police for a key part of the justice delivery system. So next week just media so why good night. Thank you too. Good night.